Proper preparation prevents piss poor performance. That could have went horribly, very bad. If I would have allowed that to be what it was gonna be, that would not have went well. So, luckily I was able to fix that little situation that I had. Man, that would have been stupid. Let me go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe, everybody. The likes are important. The comments are important. Subscription is very important. And how can I get the iPhone to stop vibrating? I don't want it to vibrate at all. I want this to be completely silent in every way. I don't know how to make it not do that. But it is what it is. And my daughter's calling me. Hold on real quick. YouTube. What's up, Brownie?
So my watch just called you by accident because it hit something in my backpack.
Oh, for sure. You almost to Wally house?
I'm in the about to pass the garage field of JQ.
Okay.
Halfway across the garage field from JQ.
Okay, Brownie. All right, love you.
Okay. Are you about to start it?
Yeah, I'm literally on YouTube recording right now, Brownie. Okay.
Okay.
All right, love you, Brownie.
Oh, are you just talking to the guy that you talked to on the phone?
No, I haven't started the show yet. I just started the YouTube recording.
Oh.
I love you, Brownie.
Huh?
I said I love you.
Love you too.
All right, talk to you later.
Talk to you later.
Bye. My bad, YouTube. All right, let me go ahead and get this ready because, man, it's just taking so much time. But, yeah, y'all already know the deal. Let me go ahead and get this show started before I get interrupted again. Boom. Let me get on live now that I've corrected all the mistakes that was made. Surprise, motherfuckers. Should have been did this shit. It's a freestyle. I ain't wrote shit. Not a single word. And then there was bass. Good evening, motherfuckers and motherfuckers. This is your host, Uncle Dolemite of the Too Much Game Podcast. Live from the sanctuary once again. Man, it's been a minute since I did an actual freestyle. I literally haven't wrote nothing. Not a single word, nigga. Not one line, not one letter. I ain't got a title to this motherfucker or nothing. I'm literally spitting this shit off the top of the head. What's going on, Rhonda on Purpose? What's going on, Blackjack 94? What's going on, West Virginia, Commonplace, Noodle, Notorious Moms? What's going on, everybody? Y'all niggas about to literally witness me making up the episode as I go, my nigga. Like, I ain't wrote shit. Usually, I like to write these motherfuckers down and get them ready, but I ain't wrote a motherfucking thing, my nigga. I didn't have shit. I ain't know what I wanted to talk about. Nothing caught my attention. Nothing excited me, my nigga. I'm literally on my supernatural shit, my nigga. I'm about to freestyle this motherfucker. This shit is off the top of the dome, my nigga. I just seen a video motherfucker sent me on my DM and shit about my nigga JP Morgan. They said that the Titanic never sank. What's going on, Cherry Wine from Wine Time and shit? But yeah, JP Morgan, they said that the Titanic never sunk. Cause JP Morgan was the owner of the Titanic. They said that he replaced it with a boat called the Olympic, and he sank that shit on purpose. And I was like, damn, that shit crazy as a motherfucker. Like, just to hear like weird conspiracy stories, cause for a long time I was a conspiracy theorist. Like, I used to be real heavy into conspiracies and shit. So hearing that story, not that I wanted to do a fucking episode about it, not that it excited me, and I was like, oh shit, that's gonna be a too much game. But just the fact that I didn't know shit about it, like that was like what I woke up thinking about. Like, damn, that shit is fucking crazy. Like I had a conversation with my coworkers about that shit the other day, and I was just talking about how most great fortunes in the United States were built on bullshit. Like, every billionaire that we've ever seen that we all know of did some fuck shit to get that money. Like, nigga, JP Morgan, when he sank that fucking ship, because the ship that sunk supposedly wasn't the Titanic, it was called the Olympic. But what they did was write Titanic all over it, so it looked like the Titanic, but it wasn't the Titanic. It was an old boat that already had been through some bullshit. And the thing was, a lot of his main business competitors were on that ship when it sunk. This nigga literally killed his competition. Like JP Morgan was a cold motherfucker. And then I just think about, like all other billionaires that you can think of, and a lot of what they did to reach that fortune. And a lot of that shit is fucked up. A lot of what it takes for motherfuckers to create a lot of these great fortunes in United States history have been some evil ass shit. Have been some fucked up shit, some immoral, cold shit. Like 50 Cent, Tupac, and other hip hop artists have talked about, like, these motherfuckers out here in the corporate world is more fucked up than the niggas in the street. And I believe that shit, my nigga. A lot of these motherfuckers in corporate, they some cold motherfuckers, man. Like, they do some cutthroat shit. Like when I heard that story of JP Morgan, I'm like, this nigga literally murdered his competition. Literally put them niggas on a sinking ship. Like, that shit is crazy as hell. Like, they said that the whole shit was a damn insurance job, but it was like a double whammy. Like, nigga, you got your insurance money from the boat sinking, and your competition was on the boat, and the motherfuckers probably couldn't swim. What's going on, my nigga Harrison from 8 More Than 92? Hoochie. Nigga, the Hannibal Hoochie shorts and shit, my nigga. But yeah, like, this motherfucker literally killed his main business competitors on that fucking boat. Like, that shit is crazy as a motherfucker. And what it had me thinking about, because y'all know how the Too Much Game podcast works, I take shit that I see, hear, read, and learn, and I try to put it in ways that you as the listener could, put that shit in practice in your regular everyday life. And what I was just thinking about as far as how that could relate to regular everyday people is, it's gonna be a lot of shit that you're gonna do in your life that other motherfuckers ain't gonna approve of. Whether that be switching lanes, whether that be a job that you get, a business that you go into, like a side hustle, some type of endeavor. You can't really be worried about the opinions of other people when you do shit. Because like a lot of these great billionaires, nigga, they practically looked at as like really super villains in real life, my nigga. Like, when you think about like what Zuckerberg did to get Facebook from, them saying that he stole the ideas of his classmates. Bill Gates literally suing the pants off of everybody. I think that motherfucker the devil in real life. That nigga Bill Gates might be the most evil motherfucker that ever walked the planet on some real shit. He's in the running. That's a whole nother show though. But like a lot of these motherfuckers who built these great fortunes on doing shit that the average person wouldn't see as the right thing. A lot of times, in order for you to move forward in life, and it's crazy because I'm thinking about it right now as I'm saying it. I meant to do this episode a long time ago, but I never really felt like I could word it right. Like, I never felt like I could articulate this shit in a way that will be taken the right way. But fuck it, nigga, it's a freestyle. It's off the top of the head, my nigga. But like, sometimes, nigga, in order to get where you want to go in life, nigga, you might have to take the other route, my nigga. You know, like you might have to cheat. You know, like they say in NASCAR, if you ain't cheating, you ain't trying. You know, like I think about the greatest era in baseball, my nigga, the Maris watch when Sammy Sosa and Mark McGwire was trying to break the home run record, nigga. You know, it was the steroid era of baseball. You know, and the thing was, people felt how they felt about the shit, but at the end of the day, my nigga, like steroids made baseball something that everybody was watching. I've never watched baseball. I've never paid attention to baseball. I've always hated baseball. Baseball boring as a motherfucker. But when they was in that home run race, nigga, I was like watching ESPN to see if they was really gonna break that record, like to see who was really gonna get more than 61 home runs and shit. You know, even like Barry Bonds, Jose Canseco, you know, like a lot of the greatest motherfucking baseball players, you know, was caught up in this whole little steroid thing. And it's like at the end of the day, if you're in a game that everybody is cheating, what do you gain from playing fair? You know, like this is just something that I was thinking about. You know, this is not me promoting people doing illicit shit. This is literally just me putting the idea out there, my nigga, like putting something in the air. You know, usually I do this shit and I'm mostly giving niggas game as far as real nigga shit, like doing shit according to, you know, honor, standards, principles, morals, you know, having character, being a straight up individual, because that's what I consider myself to be. You know, I consider myself to be a stand up nigga. I don't preach doing no bullshit, backdooring niggas, doing slick shit, lying, stealing, cheating, and things of that nature. You know, but at the same time, like sometimes you got to use the advantages that are put in front of you, my nigga. You know, like sometimes I look at shit like a moral gray area. You know, like I would never do no slick shit to none of my homies. Nobody who I fuck with. I never fuck over nobody who I consider to be a friend. But these motherfuckers in corporate, these business people, they be quick to do that shit. You know, and like these are the moral gray areas that I'm speaking about. You know, like certain people got different codes of ethics. Certain people got different principles. Certain people move different than you. You know, and a lot of times you have to move based on the code that you have for your motherfucking self, not thinking about the code that other people have for them. Because a lot of times your shit and they shit don't align, and you can't allow how they view the world to slow down the moves that you gonna make. You know, like I know a woman, she's a exotic dancer, you know, and like she got family that don't approve of what she do, but at the same time she makes just as much money dancing on the weekends as she makes Monday through Friday at her regular job. Like she has a job that she do Monday through Friday, but on Friday night and Saturday night she's shaking that ass. And the thing is, even though motherfuckers don't approve, them motherfuckers ain't paying their motherfucking bills neither. You know, like the thing is, it's gonna be people that's not gonna like what you do and how you do it. But at the end of the day, in order to get what the fuck you want to get out of life, sometimes you just gonna have to go the way that you gotta go. Sometimes you gonna have to do what you have to do to get what you want out of life, regardless of how people feel about it. You know, because like you might feel like you doing the right thing, and other motherfuckers might not feel like you doing that. You know, and sometimes, you know, this is something that a lot of people wrestle with, because after a certain amount of people who you have respect for say something that you're doing wrong, it's like sometimes you got to actually take that into account. Other times it's like, nigga, I got to get it how I live. Like me personally, there's just some shit that I just would never do. Like, nigga, it's some shit that it ain't no dollar amount you gonna offer me to get me to do certain shit, nigga. Like, I just was raised on my principles. There's just some shit that I couldn't genuinely look myself in the mirror after doing. But there's also some shit that I done did that's illegal as a motherfucker. And I don't regret doing that shit. There's some shit I've did that was immoral. And I don't regret doing that shit. Cause at the end of the day, that's what I had to do. Like, nigga, in order to do something for my family, in order for my family to be better, in order for me to get these bills paid, in order for me to, keep the lights on, pay the mortgage or whatever the fuck it had to be done, nigga, I had to do that shit, my nigga. A lot of times the right thing ain't legal. Like a lot of what they did in the civil rights movement, they got arrested for. It wasn't legal, but it was the right thing to do. A lot of motherfuckers might not have been fans of what motherfuckers did. They might not have been fans of their methods. But in order for them to get done what they got done, they had to do what they had to do, regardless of what motherfuckers had to say about that shit. A lot of times there's going to be people who going to be in your ear telling you not to do something. And sometimes you're going to have to block that out. A lot of us as entrepreneurs, a lot of us as motherfuckers with side hustles, a lot of us with motherfuckers with side businesses, a lot of us have heard, and this be family, this be loved ones, this be people who we fuck with, people who we respect, people who we love. I'm not going to call them motherfuckers haters, but at the same time, nigga, them motherfuckers definitely had a negative view of something that we were trying to do. Whether that be the business that we went into, how we went about the business or otherwise. Like I got a cousin that's trying to go into the trucking business. Nigga, she been a nurse for like 15 years. And I'm sure there's motherfuckers that's gonna be like, nigga, why don't you just keep on nursing? Why would you switch into this? You was doing good here. And it's like at the end of the day, like you gotta do what you gotta do. You as an adult, if you see that what you going into is better than what you in, nigga, sometimes you might have to switch that lane no matter what people say about it. Like we've heard this shit in hip hop multiple times. Like I remember 50 Cent in the club. A nigga said, Banks told me go ahead, switch the style up, and if they hate them, let them hate and watch the money pile up. Like a lot of motherfuckers ain't gonna approve of you switching lanes, but nigga, sometimes that's what you gotta do. They might not approve of how you make your move, but nigga, that's just the move that you gotta make. Like, you a motherfucking grown up. You gotta live with your fucking consequences, just like you gonna live with the rewards that you get. Like I even remember Jay-Z talking about that shit. Like the nigga was saying, I think the song was Moment of Clarity. The nigga was saying like, if it was up to me, I would be lyrically Talib Kweli. A matter of fact, I might rap like Common Sense, but I did 10 mil. I ain't been rapping like Common Sense. Like nigga, sometimes you might have to do something a little different than what you was doing it in order to get where you gotta go out of life, my nigga. Like nigga, sometimes motherfuckers might not like what you do. Like me personally, my nigga. Like I remember when Nipsey Hussle made the Marathon. And like everybody know, nigga, I'm a big fan of God Nipsey Hussle, my nigga. Y'all I done did whole episodes about him and shit. But nigga, I remember when he first did the Marathon, I didn't like that shit. I ain't gonna front, nigga. My first time hearing the Marathon, nigga, I thought that shit was garbage. I didn't like that shit at all, my nigga. I was like, what the fuck is this shit? Like, this nigga trying to be Jay-Z now? Like, this nigga trying to be a fucking lyricist now? Because if you was listening to Nipsey Hussle before the Marathon came out, he was doing the Bullet series. Bullets Ain't Got No Names volume. Like, it was either 1 through 4 or 3. I forgot if it was 3 or 4 Bullets Ain't Got No Names mixtapes. But I love the Bullets Ain't Got No Names series. So I was on Gangbanger Nipsey. Like, nigga, I wanted to hear that Crip shit. That's all I wanted to hear from Nipsey, nigga. 6-0 Crip, nigga. That's all I wanted to hear. So when the Marathon come out and this nigga talking about business and investing and, his lyrical content was way higher. The nigga beats, he was on some grown up shit, nigga. Even the beats, he didn't have that 90s gangbanger shit no more. Like, he was on some new wave shit. I'm like, the fuck is this shit? I ain't gonna front, nigga. That shit took me 4 or 5 listens to even like get into the Marathon and see where the nigga was going with it. And now it's one of my favorite fucking albums. You know, like the song Love, nigga, it was like one of the first songs on there, if not the first. That's like one of my favorite songs in the world. Just cause that nigga was spitting on that motherfucker. But at the same time, like nigga, just hearing the change from somebody who I fucked with, I hated that shit. And that's what it is with a lot of people. It's gonna be shit that you gonna do in your life, nigga. You gonna make changes in your life and motherfuckers is not gonna like it. They not gonna be a fan of the change. But at the same time, nigga, if you gotta make that change, you gotta make that change. If you gotta make that play, nigga, that's something you gotta do regardless of motherfuckers' opinions. Because at the end of the day, a lot of motherfuckers don't see your vision. You know, nigga, only you can see what's best for you sometimes. You know, a lot of times motherfuckers might have the best of intentions when they telling you not to do something. You know, like your mom might be like, you know, why don't you just get a job? You know, you don't need to be doing that. That's a pipe dream. Everybody doesn't make it in music. Everybody doesn't make it in this. You want to do something else. It's like, nigga, she got the best of intentions, but a lot of times, nigga, good intentions is what fuck you up. Good intentions is what keep you where you at. Good intentions is what stop you from progressing. Because a lot of times these motherfuckers' good intentions is like they don't take your talent into account when they're telling you not to do something. They're only taking the statistics into account. So even though you might be the best motherfucker in the world at something, they can only see your progress through their own eyes, through their own perspective. So they look at it like, if I did it, I would fail. So me seeing you try to do it, I think you gonna fail because all I see is failure around me. So they can't even see the fact that, nigga, you might actually be good enough to do something. You might have drive that they don't have. So a lot of times, nigga, they gonna try to stop you because they don't see the fact that you built for this shit. You can do this shit. They don't even realize the fact that, nigga, oh no, nigga, you really good enough to do it. You know, it's a lot of motherfuckers that done try to stop me from doing the gang of shit just because they looked at it from their eyes. Like, you know, even with this podcast shit, you know, I got a lot of motherfuckers like, man, you know, I don't know, ain't no money in this shit. And I'm like, okay, nigga, you know, probably ain't no money in it for you. Ain't got shit to do with me, my nigga. You know, just because you can't do something don't mean that I can't do something. You know, and that's the fucking thing. That's what you got to take into account when certain people are telling you not to do shit. Not that they're a hater, you know, because that's kind of human nature. A lot of times, you know, like we look at people who tell us not to do something like they just flat out hating. Like, oh, this hating ass nigga trying to get me to stop rapping. This hating ass nigga, you know, this motherfucker don't want me to play football because he a fucking hater. It ain't hating all the time. You know, sometimes motherfuckers is literally concerned about you because they don't have the vision that you have. You know, and it is what it is. Just like with support. You know, it's a lot of motherfuckers that don't really support you and they your family and friends. And it's not that they fucking haters. It's just that a lot of times motherfuckers don't be wanting to hear your content on your platform. They rather hear it out your mouth. Like, I got friends that don't listen to this motherfucker. And they literally say, why would I listen to your podcast when I could just talk to you on the phone? Why would I listen to too much game and I could get that shit from you personally? And it's like they don't even understand the value of actual support because they've never done nothing that they've needed support on. You know, and it's like, nigga, sometimes you just gotta like have tunnel vision when you do what you do in life, my nigga. You know, like that's kind of something that I've always told people, like, nigga, if I got something going on, nigga, I get tunnel vision. What's going on, my nigga? Billy G. Williams from the Friends with Benefits podcast. What's the deal? You know, but like something that I used to say, I had this shit written down. Like, the reason I often trip over my feet when I'm trying to do something is because I don't look down when I'm trying to move forward. You know, cause I fuck up a lot, my nigga. You know, like I've talked about on this show. Nigga, I've failed in business a bunch of times. I had a barbershop, went under. Graphic design, you know, I was pretty decent at the shit. But, you know, graphic design didn't make me no hell of a money. A lot of why I stopped doing graphic design is because it wasn't no money in that shit. Not for me anyway. You know, there's niggas who've been successful doing everything that I failed at. But it is what it is, my nigga. Like, everything wasn't meant for me to do. But at the same time, nigga, I will much more regret shit that I didn't try than shit that I did try and fail at. You know, and like, this is something that like I'm kind of really trying to press forward more in this episode than anything. Like I said, nigga, y'all ain't even seen me look at my fucking laptop screen. I ain't wrote near note. I'm literally spitting this shit off the top of the head, my nigga. I'm just going. Whatever comes to my mind is what the fuck comes out of my mouth. Pause. Like, nigga, I'm just spitting off the top of the head. But like, something that I do want to convey is, nigga, sometimes you just gonna have to try that shit. Whether you fail or not is irrelevant, my nigga, because you gonna much more regret the shit that you was afraid to do than the shit that you actually did and it just didn't go the way that you wanted to. You know, like, that's the thing, my nigga. Like, you'd rather ask for forgiveness than for permission. You know, it's like smacking a girl on the ass. And I'm not telling you niggas to sexually assault nobody. I'm literally just making a point. Like, nigga, you smack your girl on the ass. If you ask your girl, hey, babe, you mind if I smack you on your ass? She might say no. But then you just walk up and smack her. Psh. You like, hey, I like that. She might have liked that too. But it was better that you just smacked her and just did the shit than if you asked and she said no. Because if you asked and she said no, it wouldn't have happened. But being that you took the initiative to just do it, y'all both enjoyed the shit. I'm saying your girl. I'm not saying just some random bitch on the street. Don't do it. But when it comes to life in general, my nigga, you much more regret the things in life that you didn't do. You know, like, it's always fucked up when you sitting around thinking like, what if I started that business? Especially when you see other people who've done things and succeeded at shit that you wish you did. You know, even deeper than that is when you see somebody succeeding in something and you know you better than them at that shit. Like, nigga, you see a nigga getting all these listeners on this podcast and you never started yours because you felt like the roadcaster is expensive. Microphones are expensive. Laptops are expensive. Man, I ain't got the money to do no podcast. Oh, I don't have the time to do no podcast. You know, I don't, you know, you give yourself 10 million reasons not to do shit. What's going on, figure hoe? You know, like, motherfuckers get themselves every fucking excuse in the world to be an ain't shit motherfucker. Motherfuckers be giving themselves every excuse in the world not to do what the fuck it take to succeed. And I tell people, that's the reason that there's the 1%ers and the 99%. Because those 1%, what's going on, Nora Jeff? Those 1% motherfuckers are willing to do the shit that 99% of you niggas ain't willing to do. You know, those 1% motherfuckers, them is the niggas that wake up and go to sleep on they shit. They wake up and go to sleep thinking about, nigga, how the fuck am I finna get this $1 million? How the fuck am I finna get out of this position? How the fuck am I gonna turn this thou wow into a meal ticket? How am I gonna do this? Nigga, I have to do it. Whatever I gotta do to get this shit, I'ma do that shit. 99% of motherfuckers think of a million reasons why they not gonna do it. A million reasons why that shit won't work. A million reasons why they don't got time. They don't got energy. They don't want to wake up early in the motherfucking morning. They don't want to have to market. They don't want to have to talk to strangers. They don't want to knock on nobody's door. They don't want to do nothing that embarrasses them. Then you got the millionaires that don't give a fuck. Nigga, you got those millionaires that's like, nigga, whatever I gotta do. Nigga, what I gotta do, where I gotta, I'm there. Who I gotta talk, I'm talking to him. Oh, that nigga my enemy, but that nigga got a way for me to make him, I'ma work with his motherfucking ass. He my enemy, but I don't give a fuck. Cause at the end of the day, if you gonna make me some motherfucking money, nigga, you ain't that much of a motherfucking enemy. You know, like it's motherfuckers at your job who you don't talk to. It's motherfuckers and all type of shit that you might not want to fuck with. You know, oh man, I don't fuck with them niggas from across the street. Shit. If them niggas from across the street getting money, I'ma sneak over there and see what the fuck going on. You know, that's the thing. It's a lot of shit in life that it's a very small obstacle, but we make it bigger than it is. You know, it's a lot of shit that we could have out of life that we don't go get because of small inconveniences, because of little things that we not into. You know, oh, I don't like that nigga over there, so I ain't finna do that shit. You know, just like when it come to business, my nigga, marketing is probably the hardest thing in any business. You know, finding ways to get your product in front of the customer. You know, finding ways to convince customers to come fuck with your product or your service. You know, and a lot of times that's what fucks a lot of motherfuckers up. A lot of people have too much pride to properly market the things that they got going on. You know, like this is some shit that I've had conversations with podcasters about privately. What's going on, NWT 1993? Like, it's a lot of niggas in this game. And trust me, I'm not talking about nobody personally, my nigga. This ain't no type of shot at nobody. You know, this ain't me saying nothing about nobody. But I see you niggas. It's a lot of podcasters out here buying followers. You know, it's a lot of motherfuckers in the game that's doing things that a lot of us in the podcast game don't really approve of. You know, like earlier in my podcast career, I really looked down on that shit. Like when I seen the podcasters who I know was buying followers, that shit kind of like, I didn't really feel that. Like, damn, nigga, you niggas is kind of weak ass shit is that. Like, I didn't really like it. But like now I'm understanding more that you got to play the game that's in front of you. You know, like I'm starting to see the advantages to a lot of these motherfuckers who do something that at one point I didn't like. You know, like, oh shit, nigga, the super producer up in this motherfucker. Y'all niggas, shout out, nigga, to the super producer, been ready, nigga. Applause. But like, you know, it's a lot of motherfuckers in this podcast game that buy followers. You know, it's a lot of motherfuckers that do little slick shit to get their numbers up. And like I said, at one point I looked at that shit like it was cheating. Like, damn, nigga, these niggas is doing this, these niggas doing that. And at the end of the day, nigga, it ain't really no rules to this shit. Like, nigga, who said that it was illegal to buy followers, my nigga? Who said that it was wrong to buy followers? You know, if buying followers helps you get donations on your IG live, nigga, how are you to shit on a nigga for doing it? You know, because at the end of the day, your product gonna be your product. Whether you buy followers or not, nigga, your show gonna be your show. Good or bad, your show is your show. Buying followers ain't gonna improve or make your show no worse. All it's gonna do is put you in a position to get more eyes on you. You know, a lot of times when motherfuckers see that you got, you know, 10 or 20,000 followers, they more likely to pay attention because they look at you like, damn, nigga, this nigga really got something going on. You know, so like a lot of motherfuckers might look at that shit as cheating, but now personally, I just look at that shit as an investment in yourself. You know, so like I said, to you niggas who buy followers, I ain't mad at you. I see you, but I ain't mad at you for it. You know, honestly, nigga, I low-key want to start like tapping niggas on their shoulder. Like, nigga, who'd you go through? You know, nigga, I want to go get me like a fake blue check and shit. Like, I want to make my shit look bigger than it is. Pause. Because at the end of the day, my nigga, like, sometimes that's what it take. A lot of motherfuckers got sponsorships because it looked like they had a big following. You know, a lot of motherfuckers, they got, you know, collaborations with people. You know, they've done a lot of fly shit based on the fact that they bought followers because they look like they some big shit. It look like they doing they thing. So it's like, nigga, how you gonna hate on these motherfuckers for doing the bullshit and it's helping them? It don't hurt you. You know, like this is the thing. Like when I did the show Hate Poisoning, my nigga. Like a lot of times motherfuckers be hating because they see you doing something that they wasn't willing to do. Good, bad, or whatever. Like, nigga, I can't be mad at these niggas because at the end of the day, I could go do that too. So it's not really cheating when it's something that's available to all of us. So you might look at it like it's morally wrong, but at the end of the day, if it helps them and don't hurt you, what the fuck is you crying for? Cause like I said, nigga, if you ain't cheating, you ain't trying. If everybody cheating and you not cheating, nigga, that's on you. If the advantage is out there for everybody to take and you afraid to take that chance, that's on you. If you too morally good to take that shot, nigga, that's on you. My nigga, scared money don't make money, dog. You know, there's motherfuckers out here doing something you not willing to do all the time. You know, like shit, like the bitch in the White House, Kamala Harris. Nigga, they said she fucked her way to the top. Hey, man, y'all motherfuckers should have had some dick in your mouth. Nigga, maybe you be in the White House. You know, that's the fucking thing. Like, this is something that I've said a lot of times, you know, because like I told y'all, this episode is not me promoting you doing some bullshit. I'm not promoting the idea of you doing things that are immoral. I'm not promoting you doing little backdoor shit. I'm not promoting you being slick or you being underhanded, you being fucking dirty. Like, if you read the 48 Laws of Power, a lot of the shit that I don't like about the 48 Laws of Power is the fact that it's about deception, being sneaky, being underhanded. And if that show get down, I ain't mad at you, my nigga. That show fucking get down. Just stay your ass away from me. But at the end of the day, a lot of the motherfuckers who go the farthest in life are the cheaters. A lot of the winners in life are the cheaters, my nigga. You know, they say cheaters never win. That's bullshit. If cheaters never won, Bill Gates would be broke. If cheaters never won, nigga, Facebook wouldn't exist. Nigga, if cheaters never won, you niggas wouldn't be sliding a motherfucking chase car, my nigga. That's JP Morgan, nigga. One of the biggest cheaters in history. A lot of you niggas bank with Chase, my nigga. That's JP Morgan. The nigga who sunk the Olympic that had Titanic written across that motherfucker. You know, some of the grimiest shit that's ever happened in history, my nigga. We partake in a lot of it. Cell phones, my nigga. You know, a lot of these motherfucking cell phones are created in sweatshops, my nigga. Like in China, nigga, motherfuckers, they literally have nets outside the windows of the places where they put iPhones together because motherfuckers trying to jump out the window and commit suicide, my nigga. It's a lot of immoral shit happening behind the scenes in order for us to have a lot of the creature comforts that we have. For a lot of these motherfuckers to have these multi-billion-dollar fortunes, they doing a lot of slick, fucked up shit, my nigga. You wear Nikes, nigga. It's probably a 9-year-old right now making your shoes. It's a lot of motherfuckers doing a lot of immoral, fucked up shit that a lot of us won't or don't approve of, but we still partake. You know, that's the fucking thing, my nigga. Like, a lot of times you gonna have to really ignore what motherfuckers gotta say. You gonna have to ignore how motherfuckers feel to do something that you feel is right for you, my nigga. You know, like, I don't promote victimizing people. I never will. I won't. It's not my motherfucking thing. You know, but a lot of times, nigga, sometimes you gonna have to step on motherfuckers to get ahead. It's fucked up, but it is what it is. You know, especially motherfuckers in the street. You know, like they say, the motherfuckers in business is worse than the motherfuckers on the street. Because a lot of motherfuckers in business, them niggas will step on they brother. Them motherfuckers will step on they closest motherfucking friend. You know, a lot of these motherfuckers be having to buy each other out of these corporations. You know, a lot of these motherfuckers, like with JP Morgan, you know, like I said in the beginning of this episode, that nigga's main business competitors were on the boat and he sunk it. That nigga literally killed his competition, nigga. Not figuratively. Literally. Like, that's the fucking thing, dog. Like, it's motherfuckers out here doing grimy shit. And the thing is, their understanding of the grimy shit that they do is, if I wouldn't have did that shit to him, he'd have did that shit to me. You know, and a lot of times, nigga, that's how you gonna have to look at life, my nigga. That's how you gonna have to look at a lot of the moves that you make. Nigga, if I don't do it, it's gonna get done. If I don't do it, somebody else gonna do it. You know, like a lot of like how it is when it comes to me in business and how I get down. It's like, nigga, I can't think about other people. All I could think about is me and my family. Cause at the end of the day, them niggas outside not thinking about your family when they doing what they do. You know, like I remember me and my coworkers, you know, we was having a little jokey conversation about snitching on motherfuckers at work. You know, and I was like, nigga, in the streets, I never snitch. You know, like, nigga, there's no chance in hell. But when it comes to this work shit, and it's you or me, your ass might have to get told on, my nigga. You know, and it's not like I'm gonna be like Johnny Hall monitor or no shit like that. Like, it ain't like I'm gonna be sitting on the sideline and I see you doing some bullshit and I'm gonna snitch on you, because I understand, nigga, it ain't no win in that. But at the same time, like, nigga, if me and you is in a situation, they like, hey, who did it? He did that shit. Cause at the end of the day, nigga, I got bills to pay. Nigga, I got kids to feed. Nigga, so if your ass gotta get told on, your ass gotta get told on. On the streets, it's a completely different thing. Because, you know, like, and like I said, it's a freestyle, nigga, so it ain't gotta make no hell of a sense. What's going on, Nicole 1K? Like, the thing is, in the streets, snitching is a completely different thing. Because at the end of the day, nigga, when you sign up to be in the streets, you signed up for the consequences of being in the streets. So snitching is not some shit that you can do. Ratting is not some shit that you can do, because now motherfuckers is trying to like redefine snitching and separate it from ratting and make it two different things. You know, like, my whole thing as far as snitching is, when you are in the lifestyle of being a fucking criminal, you don't involve police in criminal matters. You don't involve outsiders in things that you're doing. So if you're a drug dealer and you get robbed, you can't call the police. You got to figure that shit out the street nigga way. You know, if you in the street, you got to deal 100% in the street. But like I was talking about, as far as like the corporate thing, at the end of the day, like, nigga, you have to play the game that's in front of you. You know, and that's kind of what I was thinking about when it comes to business and the grimy shit. You know, when it comes to podcasting and buying followers and a lot of the shit that we might look at as immoral or wrong or things that we wouldn't do. You have to play the game that's in front of you. So if we in a corporate world and you do something I don't like, I can't handle it like we in the street, because this ain't the street, this is corporate. If you do something I don't like, you do some fuck shit, like, nigga, let's just say we work in the office, you know, and you break my fucking computer, I can't whoop your ass, because that's gonna get me fired. I have no choice but to tell on you. I gotta deal with that shit like corporate people deal with the shit. So as much as the inner street nigga in me wants to beat your ass like I'll fuck you up if we was in the street, I gotta deal with that shit in a corporate way. And vice versa. If you in the street, nigga, you gotta deal with shit like a street nigga, cause you in the street. Nigga, the rules of the street is, nigga, you handle all your shit on your own. As a grown ass motherfucking man, nigga, you can't go tell the police like a little bitch. Nah, nigga, you in the streets. When niggas was trying to excuse what 6ix9ine did, nah, nigga, 6ix9ine in the street. And the problem with a lot of niggas' outside opinion of what happened with 6ix9ine was, y'all niggas looking at it from a square's perspective. Once you in the street, you're not a square. You know, and this goes back to what I was saying about people's opinions of you. They might not be involved in the world that you're in. So they fucking opinion of what you got going on is fucking irrelevant, because they don't understand what the fuck you got going on. Them niggas ain't never made $1 million. So if what you're doing is endeavoring to get $1 million, you can't listen to no motherfucker who ain't made that yet. Like, nigga, I'm not listening to no nigga who ain't where I want to be in life. I don't give a fuck about your motherfucking opinion. If you ain't succeeded in what I'm trying to succeed at, I don't give a fuck what you got to say. Fuck your input. And this is how you should fucking move when it comes to you trying to be an entrepreneur. You trying to have a side hustle. You trying to start a business. If these motherfuckers ain't succeeded in the business that you trying to go into, their opinion is motherfucking irrelevant. Because like I said, even if they have good intentions, nigga, they can only see as far as they've gone. They fucking vision only goes as far as what they've seen. So if they ain't never seen success, they won't see success for you. And that's why they trying to stop you. What you say, Picture Perfect? When you're involved, you don't switch up when you get caught. Exactly. That's the fucking thing. If you in the street, you got to go by the code of the street. Whatever you're in, you have to play by the rules of that game. But some games don't have rules. And a lot of times that's the reason a lot of us might never succeed in these worlds. Because we don't understand the rules. We don't understand the lack of rules. We don't understand the fact that a lot of times in business, ain't no rules in business. Ain't no rules in that shit. Nigga, the law ain't even a rule in business. You know how many of these motherfuckers is trying every day? They literally have lawyers that they hire to help them get around the rules, help them get around the laws, help them avoid paying taxes. Like, that's the fucking thing, my nigga. Like, business people, the reason motherfuckers say that they so cutthroat and gutter is because regular people, we see rules everywhere. Like, when you raise your kids with rules. You can't do this, you can't do that, you can't do this, you can't do that, you can't do this, you can't do that. You're not supposed to do this. A lot of the great entrepreneurs in the world, they don't see that. All they see is opportunity. They don't see rules. They don't see stop. They don't see no. They don't see don't. All they see is, how the fuck am I gonna get this money? How? If I gotta break the law, I'ma do that shit because I want this money. If I gotta fuck a nigga up, I'ma do that because I need this money. If I gotta literally eliminate my competition, I'ma do that because I need this motherfucking money. That's all successful people see is success. They have tunnel vision, my nigga. All they see is what the fuck the goal is. How I'ma accomplish my goal, I don't know. But I don't give a fuck. All I know is I'ma accomplish that shit. You know, that's what a lot of these motivational speakers do. You know, that's a lot of what fucking Gary V gonna tell you. If you go listen to Gary V, do that shit. Start that fucking business. Just go. Just wake up in the fucking morning. Just run and fucking start your fucking business. Do it. Do it. It sounds simple as a motherfucker, my nigga, but a lot of motherfuckers don't get it because they not built like that. A lot of motherfuckers, all they see is limitations. A lot of your friends and family that's telling you not to do shit, all they see is limitations. So they gonna try to limit you based on the limits that they see for their motherfucking self, and you can't allow that. You have to have that motherfucking mindset that I'ma get this shit no matter what. I don't give a fuck who don't like it. I don't give a fuck who trying to stop me. I don't give a fuck who I'm competing against. I'ma get this shit. I don't give a fuck. You know, like, nigga, until you can get in that mindset, you'll never succeed at shit. You might be the top worker. You know, you might be the top employee. You might be the top under motherfucker, but you'll never be the top motherfucker. Because the top motherfucker don't give a fuck. Nigga, the CEO of the company didn't give a fuck. That's how he became the CEO. Because that nigga said, nigga, I don't give a fuck who I gotta step on, who I gotta slap, who I gotta lie on, who I gotta cheat, who I gotta whatever, nigga. I'ma get that shit. And that's what it is. What you say? What? Damn, nigga, your name crazy as fuck. Don't front. This move 15. You gotta be a dog in this world for sure. That's the thing, my nigga. Like, you literally have to have that mindset that no matter what it take, I'ma get it. All I see is my motherfucking goal. All I see is $1 million. I don't see no bitches. I don't see no homeboys. I don't see no niggas. I don't see no competition. I don't see no fucking restrictions. I don't see no limitations, nigga. I don't even see the law. I don't see taxes. All I see is $1 million fucking dollars. That's it. Whatever the fuck it take for me to get it, I have to go get it. Nigga, I can't even sleep good if I don't get that shit. Nigga, if I'm not doing what it takes to succeed, nigga, I don't even want to get a full night's sleep. Nigga, I'm going to wake up early. I'm going to go to sleep late. Everything that I do is pertaining to what the fuck I'm trying to get accomplished. Until that's what the fuck your mindset is, nigga, you're not gonna fucking get what the fuck you want, my nigga. You know, you too busy worried about what your mama told you about you not being able to do it. You know, your mama told you, well, it's a lot better for you to just get a job. You know, it's a stable paycheck. And you went with that. So instead of being a motherfucking millionaire, you the top employee. Nigga, you the manager of motherfucking McDonald's. Because instead of chasing your motherfucking dream, nigga, you let a motherfucker who you love fuck it up. Cause like I said, nigga, a lot of the motherfuckers that's gonna be the biggest hindrances to you are gonna be the people who you love the most. Sometimes these are gonna be people who you have the most respect for. This be your parents, your siblings, your grandparents, your best friend. Nigga, sometimes your husband or wife. Nigga, you telling these motherfuckers your business ideas and you excited than a motherfucker because all you see is the success of this business. All you can see is the fact that, nigga, oh man, this gonna be my $1 million plan. And here come your mama like, I don't think that's gonna work, baby. I see where you going, but I don't think that's gonna work. That might not work out for you. And you like, you know what, mama, you right. That was a stupid idea. And now you didn't do the shit. Now your ass is an employee for the rest of your motherfucking life because you let your mama fuck your dream up. You know, your daddy, your granddaddy, you know, family members. What's going on, Freaky 1V? How you doing? What's going on, King 2x _901? What's the deal? But that's the thing. You know, a lot of the motherfuckers that's gonna be your biggest hindrances are gonna be people who you love, people who you respect. And you can't fucking allow them to do that shit. And like I said, they're not haters. Like, they're not evil. It's nothing wrong with them. It's just that they fucking vision don't go as far as yours, my nigga. Like, they can't see as far as you can see. And it ain't nothing wrong with that. You know, like a lot of the motherfuckers who are the most successful people in business, ask them motherfuckers which one of their family members told them they was gonna be a billionaire. Probably zero. You know, a lot of motherfuckers who gonna be in your life, nigga, they can't see where you're going. They can only see as far as they've went. So it's gonna be so easy for them to tell you you ain't gonna be able to do it because they couldn't do that shit. What's going on, my nigga King Jern for Frocast? Like, nigga, if your mama never made it out the projects, nigga, how is she gonna tell you about home ownership? You know, nigga, if your daddy ain't been nothing in his motherfucking life but a construction worker, nigga, how is he to tell you about going into tech and becoming a motherfucking multi-billionaire? You know, you trying to make this investment, nigga. You like, look, nigga, I'm trying to get into real estate, nigga. By the time I'm 50, I want to have 30 properties. I'm going to do it like this. And you sitting here telling your parents who still live in the fucking apartments and shit, and they looking at you like, how you going to do that? You know, I'm a construction worker. How you gonna buy all that property? You ain't got no money. You ain't this, you ain't that. And like I said, it's not even from a place of being a fucking hater. It's literally from just, I've never seen that done before. So how is it that a motherfucker who lived in my house can do it? How is a motherfucker who I raised gonna do something so far past what I was even able to teach them? That's gonna be a lot of why your parents is not gonna be able to fathom you succeeding to a certain degree. Like, I remember when Obama won the presidency, and I'm not even gonna say who it is because it's very specific and I don't want to offend the people. But like, I seen some older people crying when Obama won the presidency. And I was like, what you crying for? Like, they was like, I never thought that I would see a black president. And the first thing that came to my mind was like, nigga, so basically all of our parents was lying to us our whole fucking life. You know, because when we was little, your parents was telling you, you could be the president, you could be the president. And now when they saw Obama win, they was surprised. And it's like, so basically what you were saying was you didn't even believe that bullshit you told me when you told me that shit. You know, parents will lie to your motherfucking ass when you little and then tell you the truth when you get big. Like when you was little, they was telling you you can be whatever the fuck you want to be when you grow up. Now you 17 and you tell them I want to be a rapper, or I want to be an entrepreneur, or I want to be a DJ, or I want to play for the motherfucking Lakers, and all of a sudden they shitting on your fucking dreams. Like, nigga, when I was little, you told me I could be fucking Kobe. Now I'm 17 and you telling me I can't be shit? And like I said, nigga, it's not always coming from a bad place. It's just literally coming from a place of their own understanding. That's only as far as they can see. So a lot of times in what you say, by Polly Queen, you know, like a lot of times that's what she said. That's why I don't tell my dreams. I just do it. A lot of times you just gonna have to shut the fuck up and start getting your shit accomplished. A lot of times you just gonna have to shut the fuck up and just start working. You know, sometimes you can't tell niggas where you're going. You just gotta call them from when you get there. You know, like, look, nigga, you know this. I done already bought my 5th property, mom. Look, check me out. I done already did this shit. You know, just like with your homeboys. Hey, nigga, I done already accomplished ABC. You can't always tell them when you're starting. You just gotta start doing that shit. You know, like Nipsey said, my nigga. You know, Nipsey Hussle said he didn't tell niggas he rapped until he felt good enough to rap in front of niggas. He was like, nigga, I was like sneaking and rapping. You know, because like I tell all my homeboys, like from all over the country, in California, it's not cool to rap. Like, we don't look up to rappers in LA. Like, yeah, when you're a signed famous rapper that's getting money, yeah, you might get some clout. But like out here, nigga, we don't look up to the rappers. Like, the nigga that you know that's a rapper, we don't give a fuck about him. Like, a nigga who in high school or in college or just in the neighborhood telling you that he rap, we don't give a fuck. Like, the rap kind of shit is that? Like, we don't look up to rappers. So like with Nipsey said that he was like, nigga, I just was in the studio getting cracking by myself until I felt like, okay, now I could let the homies know I rap. Because I'm sure he understood if he was to tell his homies, I want to be a rapper, they'd have laughed at his motherfucking ass. Cause that's what happens in Southern California. Nigga, rap that's not the lane out here. Like, we think of 1,000 other things to get success other than rapping. Like, we have great rappers out here. But at the same time, nigga, the reason that in hip hop out of LA, you either gotta be a masterful lyricist or have a dope ass bop is because we not all rapping. So it's not no hell of a ballpark for it. But like with Nipsey, nigga, that nigga went and got in the lab first. And then he came out and let niggas niggas know he did that shit. And that's how a lot of us have to be. A lot of us have to just start doing the work. Don't tell nobody who's not gonna be a part of what you're doing what you're doing. If your friend ain't a potential business partner, don't tell your friend. If your mom ain't supposed to be a potential investor, don't tell your mom. If your dad ain't supposed to be part of the business, don't tell nobody who's not on the fucking team the game plan. Cause a lot of times they gonna be the motherfucker that spoils the shit. So just do what the fuck you gotta do. Don't worry about what a motherfucker's opinion. Fuck they motherfucking opinion. I think that was the name of that fucking episode. I did a fucking episode literally called Fuck They Opinion. Because a lot of times, nigga, outsiders is gonna fuck up what you got going on. You don't got no doubt in your head when you first thinking about what you want to do. And then you go tell your friends, and then they put the doubt in your head. You wasn't even thinking about failure until your homeboys told you. What you say, Freaky 1B? You can't share big visions with small-minded people. Exactly. And like I tell y'all, just to go to the fucking Bible. I forgot homie name, but when he saw Jesus walking on water, my nigga, and Jesus said, come out here, you could walk on water too. The nigga took 2 or 3 steps on the water, but it wasn't until that doubt crept in that he sank. And that's the fucking thing. Like, nigga, while you believe you can do shit, nigga, just go with your belief. Don't let nobody put doubt in your head, because that's what's gonna fuck you up in anything that you want to do. When it comes to you trying to succeed at any fucking thing, nigga, doubt is the enemy of success, my nigga. Because at the end of the day, like, when you thinking that all you can do is succeed, when you feel like it's impossible for you to fail, you gonna have that same fucking tunnel vision. You gonna have that same fucking mindset. You gonna have that same dog ass grind that say, I don't give a fuck what I gotta do. I'ma do this shit because I know I can. But once a motherfucker put that seed of doubt that you can't do it, once that motherfucker put them seeds of doubt, like, oh, what about all these other people who failed? Once a fucking obstacle come, it's gonna go from a speed bump to a fucking brick wall, because you're gonna be like, well, damn. Shit, maybe it ain't gonna work. Maybe like my mom told me, man, maybe I do need to go apply at the Amazon warehouse, because, motherfucker said this was gonna happen. Motherfucker said this why Uncle Charlie didn't make it. Nigga, Uncle Charlie didn't make it because Uncle Charlie saw a brick wall instead of a speed bump. Uncle Charlie stopped. You ain't gotta stop because that nigga stopped. Who the fuck is he? Nobody's above you. It ain't nothing another motherfucker did that you can't do. But a lot of times motherfuckers gonna put them seeds of doubt that's gonna make you think you can't do it because they couldn't do it. It's gonna be a lot of shit that it ain't gotta stop you, but it stopped them though. Like, nigga, a lot of like Donald Trump. Nigga, Donald Trump done went bankrupt multiple times. A lot of you motherfuckers ain't never been bankrupt. But y'all let a lot of shit stop y'all. He didn't let it stop him. A lot of motherfuckers don't like motherfucking Donald Trump, but shit, I do. I'm a big fan, my nigga, because at the end of the day, nigga, he was able to turn a little bit into a lot. He say a small $1 million loan. And a lot of motherfuckers like $1 million ain't small. And then that nigga said, yeah, it's small compared to what I did with it. And that's the thing, man. Like, you have to be your biggest fucking fan. You have to be your own motherfucking supporter. Because at the end of the day, you the one that run the shit. Nigga, you the motor. Nobody could stop you but you. And especially a motherfucker's opinion. Like, how you gonna let some motherfucker's words stop you from doing your shit? Nigga, if anything stop you, nigga, it should be death. It should be you getting shot. It should be you getting paralyzed. It should be you fucking being like stuck in the fucking hospital. It shouldn't be because your mama told you couldn't do it, or your friends told you couldn't do it. Cause like I said, nigga, regretting what you didn't do is always worse than regretting what you failed at. Because at the end of the day, like, I can look with my head up and say, nigga, I might have failed, but I tried. Nigga, I can't look myself in the mirror and honestly say I didn't do it because I was scared. But I'm gonna drop the mic on that shit. This has been your host, Uncle Dolemite, of the Too Much Game Podcast, live from the sanctuary once again. If you would like to support me financially, buy some merchandise at toomuchgamepodcast.store. TOOmuchgamepodcast.store. Or you can cash at me, nigga. Cash tag Uncle Dolemite. Either one, nigga. I can use the money, nigga. But support the motherfucking team. Townhouse Media. Patreon.com/Townhouse Media. Town E House Media. Support the other Townhouse Media podcast who I got on screen behind me, the Sports for You podcast. Sports #4, letter U, with Nick Freeze, John Watson, and my nigga Mark. live Wednesday, 6 p.m. Pacific time, or live on Friday, 6 p.m. Pacific time. They doing 2 a days until football season start. Follow me on social media at Uncle Dolemite on Instagram and Twitter, or at Too Much Game Podcast on Instagram, Too Much Game Pod on Twitter. This motherfucker's on YouTube. Search Too Much Game Podcast. Google it. TOO Much Game Podcast. I think that's it though. I ain't here to help you get bitches. I'm here to help you get better. Too much game.